Hello and welcome to the Raydiant Employee Experience demo. I'm going to walk you through how you would update Raydiant for your proof of concept. This is our main login screen that you will arrive on, and the first thing we will do is add your users. When we go to add your users, we'll be adding them as a CSV upload. So you'll click on Add, pick the Many Users option, and then upload an XLS or CSV in the following format. We'll need an email, a first name, and a last name for each of your users. Once we've added your users, we'll also be creating teams. You'll want to break your people into teams depending on their groupings or teams within your organization. These are something that you can determine on your own. They can match your company hierarchy, or you can break them into any sections that you would like. The next step will be to get in data. Because your data will be coming from many sources, the most obvious and easy way to get data into the system is to do an upload from a CSV file, which is what we discussed on the call. In our metrics area, you can upload a file. The file does need to be in a specific format. It can be a CSV file, but it will need an email column that matches the emails of the users that you've added, and any headers need to have a matching metric within the system. I'll be helping you set that up, the metrics in the system. Once you have that, you can upload it on our upload page, or you can email it in via our file email upload, where you can just email in the metric. You're able to email it in every 5 minutes. So if you can get your system automated to send out an email with the correct format and emails at a 5-minute interval, you would have a 5-minute interval update coming into the system. If that is not the way you're going to be able to update the data, I would suggest either using a Google Sheets integration or an Excel Online integration. They both work the same. With a Google Sheets integration, you're able to tie a sheet. The sheet should be in the same format that you saw the email upload in, but you do not need to have matching headers. You can give different names, but it does need to have that email column with the matching email to the users in the system, and we simply map in the data that we would like to bring in. In this instance, we will check that sheet every 10 minutes for updates. So as often as you update the sheet, within 10 minutes of that update, we'll be able to bring data in. Once your data is in, it is stored in our metrics and upload section. We can use this data to create things like leaderboards or celebrations that we trigger when numbers go up or hit a certain milestone. Leaderboards in our system consist of a name, a metric that you're looking to use for the board, and then the group of people that are going to be on the board. You can also make team leaderboards where the system will add together the individuals to give you a team number and show a team against team type of leaderboard. Once we've determined these leaderboards, we'll create a channel. Our channel will let you put together a playlist of things that you would like to see. The way our channels are set up, you have an option of what types of things that you would like to add, and some of those will be your data and your metrics and your leaderboards and news flashes or celebrations, but other things may be company communications, countdowns, YouTube videos, birthdays, work anniversaries, and any other information that you feel is relevant to keep your employees engaged and informed. You'll put together your playlist. The playlist will look like this when it is on the screen. You can see this is one of the leaderboards that we put together. This is a bar graph version, but we can also show it like this, which is our classic version, which lets you highlight the top 3 players. and it'll go through each one. And then move on to the next thing. You can also do metrics side by side where you lose the pictures, but you do gain the ability to see things side by side. You can also see we have a ticker feed going along the bottom. That ticker feed can be populated from an RSS feed or a Twitter account. We have the ability to have races and battles and challenges within the system, and the system will update you on those after leaderboards are shown. You also have the ability to show how a team is doing against the metric in multiple formats. One was this is the bar graph. The last thing you saw was a gauge. And you can also make announcements on anniversaries, birthdays, welcome to the team, announcements about job openings, photos from events that you've had. You can create memes by adding a photo and putting in some text, or you can add videos either at a regular interval or a scheduled interval where you play it at a certain time of the day. You can do tweets as well as the ticker feed. You can have the tweets up at the top. And you can have our motivational quotes, which is a pre-curated content for you. This is a countdown clock, and we're back at the beginning. Since you do use Microsoft Teams, you can also send data out to Microsoft Teams. With Teams, you can send out leaderboards, and you'll notice that they follow the same format that you saw in the screen, depending on if it was classic or multi-board or bar graph. You can also send out birthday and work anniversary notifications, the starts and stops of challenges, and then also our news flashes. So with our news flashes, another capability is to not only send them out, but to play them. Those news flashes are able to go off whenever you set up a trigger for them. So we could have a news flash for when a number goes up or when somebody hits a milestone that we're looking to hit. Additionally, within Teams, you can also add your channel as a tab at the top. And if someone would like to play that channel while they're in there, they can do that as well. For your users, we have some other options as well. In the main part of the screen, you'll notice there's a huddle feed. When your users log in, this is where they'll log in. They'll see any upcoming birthdays and celebrations, any news flashes that have gone off recently, and any messaging that might have come to them. We do have an associated app where they will get push notifications when a news flash goes off or when they've received a message. We have 4 different types of messages that your people can receive. The first is a general message. We have recognition, an emergency message, and you can also send out tasks. These messages can be sent directly from the mobile app, and it can also be sent to a channel so that it would show up on your Microsoft Teams or on your channels within your organization. Your users also have the ability to see a performance console. This is their personal dashboard. It shows how they're doing for the month or the quarter, where they're at currently, where they're expected to be at the end of the projected time, what their contribution is, and where they're ranked. There's also other metrics you can add. They will have a trophy and awards case. They will be able to see how many points they have in our points and rewards program, how many years they've been at the company, and they can see a team roll-up view. The team roll-up view will show all of the team's numbers and will outline everyone's individual contribution at the bottom. This is not available on the app, but it is available in the dashboard of the online version. In our scoreboard section, players can go in and see how they're ranked against other people without having to go to the leaderboards on the screens or in the Microsoft Teams tabs. They simply click on the board they're interested in and can see where they're ranked against their people, and they can challenge their coworkers to a face-off, which is a battle that lasts for up to 7 days. If there is a challenge going on, they can see how they're doing and what the final scores were. In our points and rewards section, they can see any points that they have, and if you choose to have our reward store, they would be able to go and shop in our reward store. The reward store is basically a small Amazon. It's got lots of different things that they can shop for: merchandise, gift cards, charity, vacations and travel experiences, and tickets and events. They can look for something that they're interested in, like maybe jewelry, men's eyewear, and it'll bring up any options. They'll be able to pay for these options with the points that they acquire. This is, of course, a funded feature, so you would have to fund the money for this, but once your people have acquired points, they can order through the store and the items get shipped out automatically to them, so you would not have to be involved with fulfillment of any of their orders. That is our reward store. They do also have the ability to watch their channel from the dashboard. Any channel that they're a viewer of will be listed right here, and they can click on that channel and watch it for 10 hours. If you'd like to do a deeper dive into any of these sections, I'm happy to meet with you and go over everything. I hope you enjoyed this quick and informative demo. Thank you.